Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As the heading in the thumbnail of this video suggests, the RSP, which came into effect in 1957, was created to create retirement funds for folks in Canada to help them have a happy and relaxing retirement. And the interesting thing about RRSPs is that they're more of a tax deferring instrument than a have a happy retirement instrument. And I believe that the government actually created these with the pure intention of getting back most of the money that people would have received as a tax refund early on. Now, mind you, there's different classes of contributors that you have to take into account when you think about the RRSP. If you're somebody that is making $120,000 a year and you're being able to contribute $20,000 a year into your RRSP, and that money grows to be, as we read this week in one of the newspapers, you need $1.7 million to retire in Canada, which a lot of people have kind of looked at and said, are you nuts? But I don't think there's too many people who are going to be in that category when it comes to their RSP savings. So think about this for a second. If you're somebody that has $1 million or $1.5 million in your RSP, you're not worried about getting any money from the government as far as, let's say, the guaranteed income supplement, because the amount of income that you're going to have in retirement is going to be above the thresholds to be able to get the GIS benefit. So this is where I believe that the RSP can actually be a detriment for folks in retirement if you don't have a certain amount of income to be above that GIS. So for example, if you're somebody that is making $40,000 a year or 45 or 35, a more lower income Canadian, and you're not able to sock away thousands of dollars every year into an RRSP, then you're kind of left out to lunch when it comes to having enough money to retire. And any money that you do contribute, so say you contributed $1,000 a year into your RSP with an income of $40,000 a year, at the 4% rule of investing, you could end up with, at the age of 65, if you started contributing at the age of 25, you could end up with about $100,000 in your RRSP. And if you started taking out 4% every year at the age of 65, which is about $4,000 a year, this would actually cost you, as a low-income Canadian, about $200 a month in GIS benefits. Now, I'm talking about somebody that is a single person. The calculations for somebody that is married are going to be different. But take, for instance, if you would have taken that money and invested into a TFSA at 25 and did that every year up until 65, that income per month would now be completely tax-free. And it would be about $300 a month. And that benefit there wouldn't take away any money that you would receive from the GIS. The average CPP is about $700 per month. Now, somebody that's only making $40,000 a year, it could even be less. It might even be only $500 a month. So a person in that situation is going to be entitled to getting a fair chunk of GIS in their retirement. So having an RSP is actually going to be a detriment for them as opposed to having a TFSA. And one of the rules that a lot of people don't take into consideration is that when you turn 72 or the end of the year of your 71st birthday, you have to convert your RRSP into an RRIF, a retirement income fund. And then you have to start taking minimum amounts of money out of your RRSP every year. And that is going to, for life, until you run out of RRSP, that is going to be reducing the amount of money that you would have got in GIS money. It could also reduce other government benefits, like the dental benefit that's coming into effect probably in the next year or so. Other benefits like the GST credit and so on. So the RRSP, in my opinion, wasn't something that was set up for low-income Canadians. It was set up for folks that have a high income and they aren't going to be entitled to getting any of the extended benefits like the GIS when they get above 65 and beyond. So I think that people have to realize this and make sure that they get good financial advice and they know that having that RRSP in retirement isn't going to be such a great thing tax-wise. And there's probably, when you think of folks that are maybe going to have a $500,000 RRSP or a $300,000 RRSP, those are the people that are going to be penalized the most, because they're going to have enough money, income from their RRSP, that they're not going to qualify for any of the government benefits. And I don't know about you, but you pay a lot of taxes in your life, and the money that you get from your CPP comparative to what you put into it isn't a lot. So the government, in one sense, is kind of ripping you off in the monthly benefit that you get for CPP. So by having an RRSP, they're kind of double ripping you off, because you're not going to get benefits that you paid taxes on, like the GIS, later in life. So I wanted to do this video because I don't think a lot of people realize that tax refund that somebody making $40,000 or $50,000 a year doesn't really benefit them that much. And to be honest, somebody making $40,000 a year, that $1,500 refund that they might get with a $1,000 contribution is actually going to cost them more money in the end. And that $1,500 is probably going towards food, shelter, and other essentials. It's not going to be used to invest in anything to help them in retirement. So, as usual, please get your own financial advice. This is not financial advice. It's just some research that I've done, and I wanted people to understand that they really have to think about the best way to invest for retirement. And from what my research tells me, the TFSA is the best tool for a lot of folks, as opposed to an RSP. So thanks for watching. I hope this information is beneficial for you, and subscribe to my channel. That would be great. I do lots of videos about this kind of stuff, and hit that like button. That helps out the channel a lot. And I look forward to bringing you more of my research in the future. Thanks very much. Have a wonderful day.